tonight on the South Today. Heavy objects are transported through the air in Queenstown as part of upgrades to the Skyline Gondola. A dedicated Kiwi is leading the way in Ukraine, helping perform a dangerous task in war-torn countries. And digging deep is part of Invercargill's pipe upgrades, but what's got archaeologists intrigued? Kia ora, good evening. I'm Hannah Wilkins. Queenstown residents had a spectacular view of some heavy lifting in the skies yesterday. Skyline Queenstown brought in some extra help as the company installs major upgrades for its iconic gondola.
Flying poles in the sky as Queenstown Skyline Gondola gets its new towers lifted into position by helicopter. The iconic thumping sound being heard across the CBD is a sign the $250 million redevelopment project is well underway. Today's manoeuvres were the next steps in Skyline's major upgrade, replacing the old 7-seater gondola cabins with the new larger 10-person models. That requires replacing the old cableway towers with new ones twice their size. A Bell UH-1 Iroquois helicopter known as a Huey started the tower replacement work at 8 in the morning, helping lift the 4th, 5th and 6th towers into position high on Bob's Peak. Once the new project's completed, the new cabins and towers will triple the capacity of the gondola, meaning it can transport up to 3,000 passengers an hour. Skyline is aiming to start up the new gondola in June, running it for a fortnight to test everything out. However, the public will have to wait until early July to experience the state-of-the-art cabins and new top gondola terminal building for themselves. In Queenstown, the South Today.
Aurora Energy is defending criticism of recent power price increases, saying they were part of a publicly consulted scheme to improve Otago's electricity network. Aurora Energy confirms charges for the average customer on the Otago network jumped by 14.8% on April the 1st. The rise takes into account higher than expected inflation, along with an increase in transmission costs blamed on new Transpower pricing. But Grey Power Otago President Joe Miller is concerned some people won't be able to afford the increasing electricity bills, which could put their health at risk over the winter. Aurora Energy say its 5-year investment plan to upgrade the network and improve safety is progressing well. The company takes power from the national grid, distributing it to around 91,000 homes and businesses through power lines and upgrade cables. Clearing unexploded mines may not be everyone's idea of a good day at work, but one dedicated Kiwi is leading the way in Ukraine. For the last decade, former soldier Tony Connell has been helping to safely remove mines in a number of war-torn countries.
They're a hidden danger, and each year more than 4,000 people are killed by landmines worldwide, with nearly half of those victims being children. Former New Zealand Army soldier Tony Connell is doing his part to try and reduce those numbers. He's been helping to clear mines and unexploded bombs in Ukraine, devices hidden or buried in the ground and designed to injure or kill. Connell is back in Christchurch visiting his mum in the Russley village, where he also spoke to residents about his work in Ukraine.
Ukrainians are resilient, they're determined and they will not give up.
Residents of the retirement village have been using some of their spare time to knit a range of woolen items, which Connell was planning to distribute when he returns to Ukraine. He's the Ukraine Program Manager for the Swiss Foundation for Mine Action. It's a non-governmental organisation whose goal is to clear mines and unexploded munitions around the world.
We do 3 main things. First is education of the population about dealing with the threat of living alongside mines. The second part is a survey teams, and where we go and actually look for areas that are contaminated and try and establish through direct evidence that the mines are actually there.
But Connell says the third part is a dangerous job of clearance.
It is dangerous if you don't know what you're doing and you take stupid risks.
And having worked on the ground in Ukraine, he believes there's still a lack of media attention about the invasion by Russia, with Connell describing it as a real David and Goliath story. In Christchurch, the South Today.
Dunedin excavators have been busy in George Street this week as contractors and machinery work on the final block of the Central City revamp. Upgrades on the new Edinburgh Way block began on Monday, with trees being removed at night to make way for construction work. Starting the area earlier will allow workers to complete the key pedestrian areas ahead of the busy Christmas trading period. The DCC insists pedestrian access will be maintained throughout the work, with shops staying open and car parking available nearby. Work in the Knox Row area is expected to finish ahead of schedule in June, with the Malls block remaining on track to be completed around September. 2 Gore playgrounds could be getting new names. A group of the town's school pupils are being encouraged to rename a few of their favourite parks as part of a local competition.
Playing on a playground that has no name. East Gore Neighbourhood Play Systems project is on a mission to rename 2 of the town's park areas with the help of the community. Pupils from East Gore School along with Principal Wendy Kitto are joining in on the initiative, with a competition to try and come up with some creative new names.
There are no names to these parks. They're traditionally from the 1960s, Hamilton Street, Oxford Street parks, and we thought as part of our Neighbourhood Play Systems project, why don't we rename them?
She says the current park names aren't relevant for today's community and is hoping new names could help reflect Gore's diverse society. It's a challenge the youngsters are excited about, coming up with some good ideas for new names.
River Park,
Eagle Park,
Kiwi Park, Kiwi Park.
The competition is set to run until mid-May, with the winner receiving a $250 Prezi card. In Gore, the South Today.
Major upgrades of underground pipes are underway in both Dunedin and Invercargill, but work down south was forced to stop temporarily after contractors dug down to find an historic wooden drain.
An archaeological discovery running under the streets of Invercargill. Stormwater works are underway on D Street, but were put on hold after a 19th century timber box drain was unearthed by contractors. Newspaper records suggest the historic drain was constructed around 1878 to provide drainage from the local roadway and private properties into the Waihopai River. Archaeologists Liam Johns and Carissa Madden say while the drain itself isn't an unusual find, it's the scale of the discovery that makes it significant.
I'm pretty excited because we've only just excavated this bit, but it's looking like we will be encountering it quite a way down there, so it'll be one of the longer ones.
Essentially, the longest we've encountered so far.
They estimate the drain runs for several hundred metres along D Street, up to the intersection with Herbert Street. And while an old drain may not seem exciting, its discovery helps experts better understand the historic response to drainage and city growth, and could provide lessons for modern city planning and development. The original wooden drain was replaced in 1900 with clay pipes, which were later swapped out for concrete pipes. The growth of Invercargill City now leading to the upgrades currently underway.
So we're the 4th iteration of drainage. So who knows, in 100 years' time someone might be putting the 8th one in.
The alignment of the new pipe follows the path of the old one, and Finley is expecting it will only cause minor delays to the drainage project. Workers have been given the green light to continue excavating with care, while keeping a watchful eye for any other notable discoveries as they swap out the old for the new. In Invercargill, the South Today.
Whai Yakane, still to come on the South Today. A committed Dunedin footballer with decades under his belt notches up a new record that'll be hard to beat. And Cromwell seems to be pumping out quite the sports stars lately, so the local school is putting on a celebration.
Great news! My mate John's taken 33.333333. He's taken a third off everything! Plus pay it off over 33 months interest-free.
And my mate John.
Drive away your way with 3 incredible offers on the Honda CR-V Adventure Ready range. Choose from 2.9% finance with 0 deposit, third finance, or lease a new CRV from just $136 per week. These offers are only available for a limited time, so be in quick. From Honda.
Here at Age Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernotago.com.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. A seasoned football veteran has put himself into the Dunedin sports history books after breaking a scoring record. 75-year-old Graham Musgrave is now the oldest player to score a goal in the city's competition.
Age isn't stopping this Dunedin footballer from playing the sport he loves. 75-year-old Graham Musgrave plays for the Rosenwalkery Mowers and has been celebrating after breaking a scoring record while competing in the Dunedin Masters 45 plus grade. During the game, the ball found its way to him through an error by the other team, Musgrave demonstrating his composure to slot it perfectly into the back of the net.
One of their defenders made a mistake and I was on the edge of the penalty area and it just dropped to my foot and I volleyed it in.
He's believed to be the oldest player to score a goal in a Dunedin competition. Graham says he still enjoys the game of football as much as he did when he first started playing it 60 years ago.
And still get the same enjoyment out of playing the game, and if you score a goal, that's a bonus. So it was great. Considering I don't score many goals now, so it was a bit of a bonus.
Graham reckons age won't stop him from continuing to play. He's already warming up for the next game with his team. They faced the Dunedin City Royals FC Lions on Saturday. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Well, there must be something in the water at Cromwell College as the school celebrates some sports stars on the rise. A special assembly was held to honour 3 students who are representing New Zealand, their peers acknowledging their efforts in a vocal way.
A powerful school haka in honour of some high-achieving students. Cromwell College pupils are celebrating the success of 3 of their classmates who've each been selected to represent New Zealand in their respective sports. 16-year-old Grace Tico has been named in the New Zealand secondary school's netball team and admits she was shocked by the good news.
While we were playing a game during half time and I was like, and then the rest of the game I was in a daze. I was like, did I actually get in? Like, me.
Meanwhile, 13-year-old Shyla Milholland will compete in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu World Championships in Texas after finding success with the Cromwell Hammerhead Mixed Martial Arts team.
So we moved to Cromwell because of the team here. It was just a lot better.
And cyclist 11-year-old Jono Hansen is also riding high after being selected for the National BMX Mighty 11's test team.
I loved being on my bike when I was a kid and my parents took me down to the track. And I just loved it, so.
All 3 athletes are heading overseas in July to compete. Hiko and Hansen crossing the ditch to Australia, while Mulholland will fly to Texas. In Cromwell, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Skyline Queenstown has used a Huey helicopter to help install giant towers set to hold new, larger gondola cabins. A former Kiwi soldier is leading the way in Ukraine, helping safely remove unexploded mines in war-torn countries. And contractors working on Invercargill's pipe upgrades have dug deep to find an historic 19th century timber drain. And now we'll look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome editor Barry Stewart. Hello Barry.
Hi Anna.
What can we expect in tomorrow's paper?
Federated farmers are concerned that Swedish corporate giant IKEA has purchased or been given approval to expand its forestry empire in the south at the expense of productive Southland farmland.
Right.
So they did that I think sometime last year and caused some outrage. A man is in a serious condition following a road rage incident in Dunedin this afternoon, and we tracked down a Dunedin woman who managed to steal a kiss from Prince Charles on a visit to Dunedin ahead of the coronation, of course, so she is still a fan and she'll be glued to the coverage at the weekend, and look out for our special Coronation edition on Monday.
Brilliant, we look forward to it. Thank you, Barry.
Watching.
I'm sure. Time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, well, it should stay fine over the region through the weekend, but a colder, more unsettled period lies ahead next week. Heading to the top of the South Island, northerlies and showers up in Nelson tomorrow with 18, Greymouth dry with 17, and Christchurch will have high cloud with 18 degrees. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago, looking fine with light winds tomorrow. Both Ashburton and Timaru get up to 17 with 16 degrees on the way for Oamaru. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, and the 17-degree highs continue as we come over here. Expect lightly windy conditions on what will be a fine day in Wanaka, Queenstown and Alex. Heading further south, the lovely clear weather continues. Gore and Balclutha preparing for highs of 17, slightly cooler with 16 degrees and some clouds in the Catlins. And down to the deep south, fine and cool tonight with 7 degrees. Looking to the next 2 days, it'll be fine and sunny with high cloud at times and light winds. Thursday's high 16 and 15 due on Friday. And finally, heading to Dunedin, cloudy with westerlies and a low of 11 overnight. Thursday will be cloudy with southwesterlies and sunny breaks with a high of 16. And Friday, more of the same with changing light winds and 15 as the high. And that's the news this Wednesday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. Follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand, and on Facebook, search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. But coming up after the break is this week's edition of Football Chat. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite apopo.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
Great news! My mate John's taken 33.3333333333. He's taken a third off everything! That's a third off all furniture and beds, plus pay it off over 33 months interest-free. For the biggest range in stock and ready for immediate delivery, get down to My Mate John's. 33.333333. One third off everything!
Get that furniture from Stafford Street and My Mate John.
Living Well Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. MoleMap is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life. Every day the team at Gillian supports grieving families at their time of need. From answering your questions to organising a farewell that reflects the wishes of your loved one. We can help. Call Gillian's today.
drop when you